Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the film Joker 2 tonight on the Report from Tiger Mountain. Controversial film that's been out and it's been a bit of a flop. We're going to talk about that tonight on the Report from Tiger Mountain. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Joker 2, as you well know, I am a film buff, and I run the Melbourne Underground Film Festival, Dick from Muff, as Sam Newman calls me. So I am something of a cinephile and an expert in analysing cinematic films, good or bad. So I was a huge fan of the original Joker film. I think I even have it up here on 4K, ladies and gentlemen, look at that, there you go. There's the original Joker, which I thought was actually a mini masterpiece. And it was a surprise hit. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of all these superhero kind of movies, unless something unusual, or if they're a bit different, or the filmmaking involved in making them has been particularly good. So the films that I rate in the superhero universe, I can pretty much count on one hand. I like the first two Tim Burton ones, I like them, and I like the last two Christopher Nolan films. Which is the one with Heath Ledger and the one with the Bane character. And I like this one, Joker. And I also like Christopher Reeve's Superman, the original, and the sequel, Superman 2. So that's 7. But, the rest of them, some of them have been maybe what you call passable. The majority of them are rubbish, and about half of them I haven't seen because I completely got sick of the whole Marvel universe. I thought the only one there that was interesting was the one with the guy who had the hand who killed everybody, Infinity Wars, whatever that was called. So that was the only one I quite liked about that. Thanos or whatever that character was. But anyway, this film Joker was a surprise hit. Obviously Joker is the greatest villain in the Batman pantheon, and this was a very different take. And it was kind of almost a kind of a redux version of Joker, referencing films like Taxi Driver, The King of Comedy, and these kind of, lonely outsider films of the 1970s. And, I thought it was very good. And it had it seemed to kind of really connect with people's resentment towards elite figures, people like Robert De Niro, who obviously gets his brains blown out at the end of the film. And I thought this was fantastic. And I thought when I heard that they were making a sequel, that I thought, well, it's going to be, more of the same. Now, I have to admit up front, I didn't like the sequel to Joker, and it wasn't because it was a musical, and it wasn't because the film was bad made. The film was very well made, and the musical element didn't annoy me. It was okay. And part of the film, about the first, say, half or 2/3 of the film was okay if it was going to head in a good direction. But it appears to me that the filmmaker, due to the way that this film, the original Joker, resonated with people, that it was like they almost wanted to negate the first film. And I think the purpose of Joker 2, Folie, Deux, which is like the folly of love, which means love doesn't exist, is the point is to destroy almost the myth of the original film, and that I don't understand, because why would you make such a gigantic hit that resonates with everybody, that was a surprise billion-dollar hit, and then make a film that is almost directly out to subvert and negate the film you just made? It's clear to me, because the guy who made it, Todd Phillips, had made the Hangover movies. He was not a particularly artistic filmmaker. He was a competent filmmaker, but with this film, I thought he really achieved artistic greatness. And I have no idea why he did what he did. And it's been, tremendously unpopular with people. It was a huge flop. But I do know some people within the film community who like it. It's very bleak, Joker 2. And maybe if you like a bleak message, it's almost Dostoevskian bleak. Some people like that. I know an Irish filmmaker who's playing at Muff this year, Terry McMahon, he loved it. Quentin Tarantino came out and said he loved it. You've got other famous filmmakers like Paul Schrader. He said he hated it and walked out after, I think, half an hour. So, that was more how I felt. I've seen the film twice. I saw it once with a female friend, and we were both, because I always could relate to the Joker, and she could relate to Harley Quinn, and we fucking hated that movie. And then I saw it with a male friend at IMAX just to see if I was right about not liking it. And I didn't like it, but I do admit that Joker 2 is well made. Lady Gaga is sort of semi-annoying, but she she does a decent version of Harley Quinn, but the whole thing is that Harley Quinn is very loyal to the Joker, and if you've seen Joker 2, that's not what happens. This film is a deliberate negation. I think that, he basically was told to get up there and to produce a film that is a direct negation of the original hit, and, for ideological purposes, not for money reasons, and that they're quite happy to lose money on this film, which is exactly what they've done. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Hollywood Machinations, and I thought it was a disappointing sequel, very disappointing. It's the most disappointing film of the year for me. I've enjoyed a lot of other films this year. I love the new Mad Max film Furiosa. I love Civil War. I love the film Longlegs, a horror film with Nicolas Cage as a serial killer. And a few other good films I've seen this year as well. But anyway, Joker 2 was a disappointment, but it's probably worth seeing if you want to see, how they fucked up the original. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our movie review for this month at the Report from Tiger Mountain. Thanks.